Students, welcome back in geography class. Today it is a revision lecture. Geography chapter 1, resource and development. Chapter started with the definition, what is resource? So what is everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs. It is technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable. Anything can be termed as a resource. So first definition we have cleared. Our second topic is classification of resource. In this we will see different type of resources. Main 4 types of resource it is classified. Number 1 on the basis of origin. Number 2 on the basis of exhaustibility. Number 3 on the basis of ownership. And number 4 on the basis of status of development. On the basis of origin, there are 2 types of resource, biotic and abiotic. Biotic, the living resources, it is biotic resource, and the non-living, these are abiotic resource. On the basis of exhaustibility, renewable and non-renewable. The resource which can be renewed again, it is renewable resource, and the resource which cannot be renewed, it is non-renewable resource. Third, it is on the basis of ownership. There are 4 types of resource: individual, community, national and international. Individual means the resource which belong to the particular person. Community, where the more than people can use this resource. National, which belong to the nation or for the country, the resources. And international, which is beyond the nation. Outside the nation, the property, the things, these are international resource. And fourth one, on the basis of status of development. Here also 4 types of resources: potential, developed, stock and reserve. Potential resource, the gift of nature or the things which are having capability or potentiality to convert as a resource but not yet developed. That is potential resource. Developed, potentiality it is there and it is already started, that is developed. Stock, what is stock? The things we know the potentiality is there to convert as a resource, but the technology we don't know how to convert it, that is stock. And the reserve, it is the potentiality it is there and we know how to take out as a resource, but it is not yet used, so it kept as a reserve. So these are the different type of resources. Next topic is development of resource. Here we covered the 3 points. First, it is problems occur due to the indiscriminate use of resource. Second, sustainable development. And third, Agenda 21. So problem occur due to indiscriminate use of resources. Here 3 problem we have discussed. First one, resources depletion. If we use resource more and more without thinking, if we over exploit it, so very first resource it will deplete. Second, accumulation of resources in few hands, means the person who are able to afford it, who are able to convert it through the technology, the resource can used by them, and those who are not able, they will not get to use the resource. Means here we can see the division of the society, have or not have, or rich or poor. Due to excessive use of the resource, society can be devised. And the third problem, due to the over exploitation of the resource, global warming, ozone layer depletion, this type of problem can occur. Second topic is sustainable development. So when this problem occur, the new technique it is applied or the new system it is developed, that is the sustainable development. Means use it today, whatever it is necessary, use it today and save it for future without harm the present generation. Use the resource properly and save it for the future, that is sustainable development. And the third topic regarding this only, there was one Earth Summit or Earth meeting in the year of 1992 in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Here it is, one environment development meeting was conducted, which was given by the name as Agenda 21. And after discussing all the development of environment, it is also said that every country they should follow their own Agenda 21. So development of resource, we have covered the 3 topics. Next it is the resource planning. When we use the resource, planning should be there, because all resources are not available everywhere, but we need all the resources. So such as example Arunachal Pradesh, it has abundant water resource but lack in other resources, but the people, those who are living there, they need all type of resources. So that's why it is necessary to make a plan. In the state of Rajasthan, again, it has abundant solar and wind energy but lack in water resource. The state of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, these states are rich in minerals such as coal deposits, iron deposits, and the cold desert of Ladakh, it has very rich cultural heritage. Tourism development is there, but it is deficient in water infrastructure and other whatever it is necessary. So that's why everywhere all type of resources are not available. That's why it is necessary to conserve the plan the resource. Next it is resource planning in India. So here we will read about the India. In what is the resource planning in India? Here is also 3 points it is covered. First one, identification and inventory of resource, means to identify and to invent the resource where it is there in the country, which involves surveying, mapping, qualitative and quantitative estimation. Means we need to survey it, we need to go there through the mapping, we need to find out the quality and the quantity of the resource. First, planning, it is necessary. Second, it is evolving a planning structure with appropriate technology. Means when we find out, when we identified and invented the resource, it is necessary to use the appropriate technology by using the skill and by making the institution. That is also most important. And third most important point of resource planning, that is the matching the resource with the overall national development. Where the resource is found, that resource is suitable or useful for the nation's development, that is also very much necessary to find out. So this is all about the resource planning in India. Next topic is conservation of resource. We learn about the different type of resources, we learn about the development of resource and how to use the resource planning way, that all. So finally it is very much necessary to conserve the resource. Due to overutilization, it leads to socio-economic and environmental problem. Excessive use of resource. To overcome this problem, resource conservation in the various level, it is very much important, which has been the main concern of the leaders and the thinkers from the past. From the last years also, different leaders, different thinkers, philosophers, it is their thinking only to conserve the resource. Regarding this, one example it is said here, Gandhiji said, there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Means the whatever the available resources are there, it is enough for everyone but not for anybody's greed. Greed ke piche aage it is very less. So he was concerned about the production by the masses, not by the mass production. He said production should be done by the number of people. It is not necessary to produce the number of things. So it is very much necessary to conserve the resource. Next we will discuss about the two example of resources. First of all, it is land resource. Land resource, it is also covered in different topics. First it is relief of land, second it is land utilization, third land use pattern in India, fourth land degradation, and last of all land conservation. Relief of land, here the three topic it is covered. The total landform it is covered in three part: mountain, plateau and plain. Plain it is covered 43%, mountain it covers 30% and plateau it covered 27%. So these all areas should be used properly. Second it is land utilization, means jo whatever the uses of land, different land is used in different purpose. Number one it is forest, where the forests are there on the land. Second topic, uncultivated land, which area which land is not cultivated, that is barren land, wasteland, buildings, making of buildings. These are land not available for cultivation, means cultivation के लिए that land is not available. That is another purpose also land can be used. Fallow land, after one agriculture, when on the land no agriculture is growing, at that time the land it is called the fallow land. And the last, net sown area, NSA, net sown area means the main agricultural area where the staple crops are grown. So this is about the land utilization. Regarding this only, next point, land use pattern in India. India's land use pattern, almost whatever explained in the above, that is the forest, uncultivated land, fallow land, net sown area. India's land also, it is used in the almost same way. When this land it is started to use more and more, at that time land started to degrade. So next point is land degradation. Why? Due to the overgrazing of the animals, due to over exploitation of the resource, and due to the mining activities, land day by day started to degrade, and that's why it is very much necessary to conserve the land. The first point we can say about the land conservation: afforestation, planting more and more trees. Second, we can say proper management of grazing, means the animal grazing should be in a systematic way. Third, planting of shelter belts of plants. The land which is fallow land or not used currently, outside the area, outside the land portion only, shelter belt should be there, means the boundary wise plant should be grown, so land degradation will not occur. Control of overgrazing, overgrazing को control करना है, and control of mining activities. We should control the mining activities where it is very much necessary, that area should be used, otherwise it should be in a control manner. Next topic or the last topic is soil resource. It is also most important resource on earth, because on the land first of all soil is there and it gives us the food we are eating, the crops, that production it is coming, so it is most important. The soil it is formed in layer wise and in a long time of period. It is a renewable resource, but for a long period of time in layer wise soil it is formed, from the parent rock to top soil. Different layer wise finally we can get the top layer of the soil. This soil it is different types are there. Here in your portion it is 6 type of soil it is discussed. First one it is alluvial soil, second it is black soil, third it is red and yellow soil, fourth laterite soil, fifth arid soil, and sixth forest soil. So here all the soils you have to learn about the features, whatever the most important part of this particular soil. Such as alluvial soil, it is most important soil for the growing of different type of crops, which is found in the northern part of India, or which is formed by the 3 main river system, Himalayan river system, Ganga, Indus and Brahmaputra. Black soil, where it is most important crops, that is sugarcane and maize, it is growing there, most important. Different names are there. In this way, different soil, different features are there. This all soil, it can be eroded. When the topmost part of the soil is eroded due to the action of rain or wind, it is called soil erosion. So all the soils can be eroded if it is not managed properly. Soil erosion. And the last topic of this chapter, it is soil conservation. If the soil erosion we have to stop, so we have to follow the method of conservation. That is, first topic we can say the counter plucking. On the hilly area, on the area, the block wise, if we make the counter and plant the trees, so it is the counter plucking. Terrace farming, to stop the erosion in the hilly area, steps can be cut, or terrace, like terrace it can be formed, and here we can grow the crops. Strip cropping, different type of crops in a strip wise. One crop it is growing, in between the remaining part of the soil another further crops can be grown, different strip wise. So in this way soil can be conserved. So here ends your revision portion. Last, you can see the map of India, where it is shown here the states or the area where the different soils are found. Suppose you can see in the northern part of India, Jammu and Kashmir, then Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, that part, that is the forest soil is there. After that, northern plain area, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, this area it is alluvial soil. You can see in the yellow color in Rajasthan, that is desert or arid soil. Reddish color, the states you can find out, northeastern states, Orissa, Chhattisgarh, these all are laterite soil. So different types of soils can be found out in different parts of India, and in map it shows the color wise, it shows the different soils are available in different parts of India. So this is all about your revision lecture. Hope you understand everybody. Thank you.